You know, when a marketing guy comes to you with a big idea, most of the time you get pretty scared and wondering where we're going to end up. And it's just such an incredible thing that now, after months and months of work of not just our own team, but working with all the breweries that came involved with this, now we're sitting on this beautiful barge having an incredible time raising money for the Pacific Salmon Foundation.
No, it's a lot of fun. Being able to do 4 collabs, pretty much one after another. It's a lot of scheduling, but pretty cool to make a bunch of beers and styles of other breweries that brew very different beers. So working with Aaron over in Twin City, you know, they do lots of these fruit sours, but they use a very different balance than a lot of the other breweries that we got to brew with. So you definitely get to learn different stuff from every brewer. But yeah, doing any kind of big charity event is fun. It's really interesting doing something that's a little bit more environmentally focused. The Rain Shadow, the blackberry raspberry sour, because that's the first time we've ever done a kettle sour at our brewery, and it worked really well. So we should be doing more of those. We took the risk with their beer, so now we get to profit on it on our side.
As soon as I even heard about it, I was like, yes, how, please. I want to be involved so bad. Obviously, when I was going to university and craft beer was really starting to boom on the island, VIB was a huge part of that. So any opportunity to work with them, it's kind of like, you know, meeting your heroes. When they open their doors to bring in new brewers and new people in the industry, and they want to collaborate, and it's for a good cause too. Like, we were so on board, like, it was insane. We just were like, yes, right away. We did the Rain Shadow Blackberry Raspberry Sour. It was a very awesome experience working on a scale like that. And yeah, now we get to see the fruits of that labor. And I know all the other breweries had an awesome time brewing the beer. And the pack, the design turned out really cool. There's just so much to be proud of. A lot of these breweries are community breweries that are really doing what they're doing for their immediate community. And it's kind of cool that we're also kind of doing something that supports a community of, you know, these resident killer whales. So it's a very awesome thing to be a part of. And
I was honored. You know what? I was honored to be asked. I love every brewer and brewery that's a part of this pod pack, so I thought it was pretty cool that they, you know, wanted to include little Land and Sea just starting up. I think there's a lot of buzz. Comox Valley's had a couple really wonderful breweries up there for the last 4 or 5 years. Cumberland, Gladstone, Forbidden. Now we have New Tradition coming up in Comox, and we have Ace Brewing coming up in Courtenay, and then an awesome tap house that's going to serve all our beers, I think, which will be great. And then so this festival just kind of let people know, and the podpack itself, I think, let people know that the Comox Valley exists in the first place.
Funny enough, everybody was like, this is a great idea, we're into it, which I'm, you know, pretty lucky to be at a brewery that will, like, not even question the logic of doing a collaborative pack, and you know, also putting proceeds towards a charity with it, and all those pieces. I mean, you know, it's quite a big project, but everybody understood the value of it. Like, it really actually hit to the core values of what we, you know, like our core values as a brewery. They include being neighborly, and like being an explorer and trying different ways and stuff like that. So, you know, on our end, to be able to go, hey, we're going to be collaborative with a bunch of smaller local island breweries who are really, you know, entrenched in their hometowns. And then we're going to do this really cool collab pack. And then we're also going to, you know, give back in the process. We knew that the project was so big and so complex to tell the story that a simple press release or even a microsite wouldn't be able to really get everything across that we wanted to tell in the process, and really showcase how awesome these local breweries are, how important it is to have communal breweries in a town, how important it is to give back, and the importance of our coastal wildlife. Feels great. I mean, we're at the first session, which is tonight's going to be pretty crazy. It's sold out. This session's a little quieter, but a nice dry run for us, not too nuts, so we can get our feet under ourselves. But this has been a multi-month slog for me trying to get this to the finish line, and I will say though, it feels fantastic to have it like out in the world, everybody seeing it, people being able to go buy it in stores now and enjoying it here today. And I've heard nothing but great things about the beers, the packaging, and the whole project itself.